Well, for our book feature this morning, we are joined by some members of the AFRO-Freedom Book Club, and they say that this is a public book club that focuses on African writers and authors and consists of members that seek to enjoy African literature with a diverse and great group of readers. Joining us for this conversation is the book club's founder and facilitator, Lungile Zakwe, as well as William Lohrmann, who's also a member. Lady and gent, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks so much for having us.
Lungile, I'll start with you as one of the founding members. When was this book club formed and what was the main objective for starting it?
Sure, the book club was formed in 2013 in Feb, so we're about 6 years old now. And the objective was to really make sure that we get people to read African stories by African writers and to just create a safe space to meet up and have the books inspire conversation.
William, what is it about African literature that you found appealing when you joined this book club?
It was our stories. It's from the continent, and it's great to see, you know, the different ways of seeing things and the different stories that you'd normally see from European or US authors.
And so how many members are currently in the book club? Because I know, there are many book clubs that get formed and along the way they break up because people are too busy drinking wine or eating food instead of focusing on what's in front of them. What's been the secret behind this book club having been together for so many years?
I think the secret's Lungi, to be honest. She's got a real passion and a real drive, but I think the conversation is what keeps people going.
Okay. Lungile, the very first book that you guys read, what was it? Do you even remember? Because we were doing the math and William was quite good at it.
Yeah.
He counted 11 books a year that you guys read.
Yeah, so we read a book a month, so that's 11 books a year. And so my memory, unfortunately, 6 years back, I can't remember what the first book was. So you've given me something to think about. I must just go back to the pages. But it's been a fantastic exploration of various authors every single month from the different parts of the continent and, of course, our local authors as well.
Bring us into some of the books that you guys have explored. I saw earlier on you had quite a number of them. But what are the books that you guys have shared as a club and have enjoyed?
So, for example, Selodeka, who doesn't love Selodeka? The Quiet Violence of Dreams. We've read Futinjingila's book. We've read Eko Juka's books as well. And Ben Okri's a big favorite. Lauren Bucas as well. We've read her books as well. And the list just goes on and on and on. And this month we're reading Harare North, which is written by Brian Chikwava.
And William, what are some of the titles that you've enjoyed that you think have really resonated with you and that you think you've learned the most from?
I think for me it was Dying in Johannesburg by Eko Dekker. It's
Dying in New York.
Oh, sorry, Dying in New York.
Yeah.
Dying in New York. Yeah, it's. I spent a lot of time living in Nigeria, and for me, it really brought back a lot of memories and situations that I don't think a lot of people really get to see or know.
And what other books or authors are you excited to read more of their stuff of?
So I'm currently going through a science fiction time with Lauren Bucas. So I loved Zoo City and recently finished Moxieland. I enjoyed both, but as a natural Joburger, I prefer Zoo City.
All right, Lungile, we've got festivals such as the Abantu Book Festival, obviously that celebrates African authors, that celebrates African stories and literature alike. How important is those events in promoting just the stories of our African people?
Oh, it's exceptionally important. I think the time is now for us to create the spaces ourselves, to ensure that we are reading about our own stories, that we are telling our own stories. And so I encourage everybody really, and what the Bantu Book Festival is doing is fantastic. And hopefully we'll see growth and development with other festivals, with other public book clubs, for example. So I think it's a beautiful collaborative spirit that we should take on.
All right. William, just looking into the future of books, how do you think we can continue to promote reading and learning, especially reading and learning for fun and enjoyment, and not necessarily for studying because we've got a test coming up, especially amongst our young people, because we've seen how badly the literature numbers have been over the years in South Africa in particular?
That's a good question. I think getting passion for stories. I think it's something that's, I think especially as media changes and people switch to more and more digital medias, I think it is a real challenge because, I mean, books are expensive. And at the end of the day, if you can get an e-copy and you can read it on a phone, maybe that is better for somebody in Alex. So I think it requires new thinking, but also, yeah, keeping passion alive.
And you personally, do you love the feeling of a book, or are you one of those people that also kind of dabble into digital reading, or it doesn't really matter for you?
I know I should be an early adopter, but I tend to like the feel of paper. It doesn't strain my eyes, and I find a nice way to relax after I try to get into bed. So it's a nice way for me to switch my mind off.
Ah, awesome. Lungile, just for people who are looking to start a solid book club, what advice would you give to them?
Start. Really, just start.
We see a lot of people starting, but they're not able to keep it going or keep it together, or, you know, even keep to what the objective of the book club was initially.
Yeah, I mean, I think just having the courage to first of all start, and of course then having the vision, knowing exactly what your objectives are. Because I think it is, you're quite right, there's many book clubs that come and go, but I think just knowing where you want to go, the objective, the vision, the mission, in fact, of the book club that you're starting, I think that keeps you focused.
All right, awesome stuff. Lungile, William, thank you so much for your time, and yeah, may you guys continue to enjoy great African reads, and I want to join this book club.
Please, everyone is invited. It's a public book club. We meet on the last Wednesday of every month, so we'll be looking forward to having you, and you can follow us on our Facebook page.
At 7.
All right, at 7. The time is very important. You can't just rock up at 3 p.m. Thank you very much, guys. That was two representatives from the Johannesburg-based AFRO-Freedom Book Club. They meet every single last Wednesday of the month at 7 p.m. Lungile, Zakwe, and William Lohrmann, and they were speaking to us just about their love for African literature-based books and their forthcoming meetup.